We're living in the backwards reality. We're living in the inversion of truth. We have to come back into truth. That's what we're doing. That's what ascension is. It's coming back into truth, your individuated truth, and then the total truth, the whole truth, God's truth, which is a frequency. Truth is a frequency. And the reason why we're living in inversion is due to the corruption in the DNA, the genetic frequency. And that's played out on the world stage as disharmony, being out of rhythm with nature, with the organic rhythms, with the planets, the stars, and animals, nature, the circadian rhythm of the earth itself, the planetary heartbeat, the Schumann resonance, if you will. Healing the corruption in the DNA. Well, everything that's done externally right now to invert it is by the game characters that we call as the deletes. I like that. The deletes. But they're just representation of, duality, polarity, the dualistic nature that we're here to grow from, right? We have contrast. We're in the time of Satan. So we're living in the extreme dualistic fear of ourselves as a collective, as a human species. So we're facing these fears externally in our reality, in our waking state, because we're living in the dream. So truly, we're actually facing our fears in our dream, not in our reality, not for real, because it's a dream state. So it's the opportunity to face our fears and become sovereign, not because we did paperwork or we fucked the system over, but it's to completely shift the system. However you do, however you go about it, everybody has a script. It's already written. You're just either going to fall in line with your scripts, or you're going to, the higher nature of your scripts, you're going to walk in your dharma, you're going to walk in your power, your authentic authority, not based on fear or retribution or anger and animosity, but you're going to walk in this truth, in your authentic expression, knowing that you're the God self. That's what changes the system. That's what changes the holographic projected reality in which you individually experience, in which we all will experience at large. This is the body of Christ, the soul, the beings that have incarnated, that have the soul spark within them, the God within them. And that God code's awakened within you. If it hadn't awoken in you, then you wouldn't have the spark of God in you. And that's how you know the NPC from the non-NPC. And the game character players, now they're given free will. It's a choice. It's a choice. You have free will. You can align to God's path for you, or you can stay in comfort. Materialism, Satan, the devil's play, baby. Or you can go against the devil and you can align with the God within you and change your life and elevate your frequency and your DNA to the acidic state of consciousness, which eventually will turn you into a supernova, an atomic consciousness, because we have trillions of cells in our body. Trillions of cells in our body, but they're only fizzing and fusing the vibration frequency. The light that they're emitting are only a decibel of what they're actually capable of emanating. Just like your potential, whenever you're in your not self and you're not walking with God or in your purpose in serving God's plan, which is natural, but you have free will. When you walk in purpose and you walk in God's light, the truth, then you have so much potential. You have so much light. You have so much influence. You have so much love to give to others that it exudes from you no matter what you do. You could be like what I saw one dude on TikTok, I don't know, a while ago, doesn't matter. He was writing messages to people on potatoes, and that went viral and made him abundant. Because he was walking in his light. It didn't matter what the fuck he did. It doesn't matter what you do. How you choose to express your art. You are the living art. However you choose to express yourself, it will bring prosperity and abundance and health and wealth to your life. It's not about wealth, though. It is about health. It is about well-being. It is about enjoying your time and the people and the places and the things that you do. It's not about living a treacherous 9-to-5 life. That is soul-sucking. It's literally the soul-sucking system in which we're here to break through. But everything that is external that we see as negative is really just an inversion. It is a lower vibrational shadow state frequency that has manifested into our reality as a collective. Because collectively, we're going through the short period of Satan, which is almost over. Anyways, because so many of you have done your inner work. You're from your childhood. You've worked on your traumas. You've faced your fears. You've aligned with the God inside of you. That's exciting. And it doesn't look the same for everybody. But there's so many people that we can mirror in this path. There's so many people that are here to influence us in ways of light and righteousness and in ways that are not. It's the tempters of the devil. And you know what? Sure, be angry at the betrayers. Be angry if you want, but it's not going to do anything. They're still who they are. They played that role for you to grow so that you could feel that frequency, that energy, that memory, and you could shift through it. You can sift through it. You can take that anger and you can turn it into art and not sit and complain, the narcissist did this to me, they did that to me. Sure, yeah, there's people out there that are monetizing on that because they haven't come into forgiveness, and which means they don't understand it. They still don't understand it, and they still want to place blame onto the other person. And yeah, you know what? The other person does fucked up shit. But we're human. No human doesn't do dumb shit. And and if you think that you haven't, then you're lying to yourself. And denial is a state. There's a state of denial. And that's called the narcissist, the person that's not willing to take accountability for their life. And there's covert narcissists, there's communal narcissists, there's spiritual narcissists. There's psychopathic narcissists, there's malignant narcissists, there's all the narcissists. But all that means is code word for a broken fucking child of God, or a broken fucking child that is scared shitless, living in shame and guilt and remorse and in separation. And the reason why people want to blame and have guilt or whatever, project the shit, is because they don't have forgiveness. And that takes time. And maybe they'll never experience experience forgiveness in this life. But that's their loss, not yours. If you can find forgiveness for the experience, what the fuck they did, why they did it, has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. When you can understand that and truly rise above it and take those experiences, which I'm sure taught you, I hope they taught you boundaries, that you're lovable, you're worthy, you're beautiful, you're intelligent, you're creative, you're unique, and that there's somebody out there that can see that. But it doesn't matter about somebody else out there as long as you see that, and that's usually the lesson. So we're here changing these shadows. We're here embracing our shadows, the dark side of life as a collective, to change the reality that we see back to its organic, hedonic state, which means to break space and time, because we're not limited to it. We're experiencing it so that we could heal the collective, so that we can become the next root race, which is the angelic race. The ones that are star-born, plasma, nuclear, atomic, can move through space and time, can move through dimensions, can live in the infinite, eternal now, in the states of the ultraviolet spectrum, the heavenly realm, the atomic, the twice-born being, to take the Merkaba from a carbon-based Merkaba, yeah, you're right, and to a stellated Merkaba. More angles of light, which means we can move, elevate, levitate, bend the elements to our will, to experience heaven on earth, to experience the New Jerusalem, whenever, however. And that's what we're here doing. And it's already been done. We are living it out. You can have your will, or you can align to God's will. Shine bright. Know you are loved. You are doing fantastic. Find forgiveness, which means to come into understanding. And I love you for all that you are and all that you are here to be. Expressed love eternally. Immortal is what we are. We are immortal.